So, as you guys know this about me, I like fighting games. I'm not good at them, but I enjoy them. And I'm also become, in my old age, more of a fan of Marvel than I would like to admit. I do a lot of Marvel Rivals reviews, and I like the character designs in that game a lot. So when I was told that Tōkon was coming out, and this was actually in part being developed by ArcSys Works, which I love them because they do Guilty Gear, and BlazBlue as well. They do some really, really good work, amazing sprites and amazing designs. I thought to myself, I can't wait to actually review this game. The full game is coming out next month, and unfortunately we don't have any character renders yet, but the beta is live at the moment. So I figured we could do a little bit of a first impressions things, get some like quickie thoughts on the base roster that's out right now, and then maybe later, once we have a lot more like rendered images and more people drop, we'll do like a bigger, badder character review. There's 16 characters to go through, and let's see them, let's see what the designs look like, and have they captured the bombastic spirit of the superhero, or do they fall flat like that one Avengers game that we all hated? Let's see.
Where'd this little girl come from? Out of the way! I'm here for Spider-Man.
We start with Captain Glizzy! Okay, this is actually a really fun take on Captain Glizzy. It's more urban, it's more modern. He has cargo pants almost, really cool knee pads, really, really nice boots. Notice the difference between like the fighting game stance and something like Marvel Rivals, where Marvel Rivals is more open because that one's like more hero shooter. This one is ready to fucking punch you. There's a ton of movement in just the idle animation. He's like leaning forwards, about to fucking go strike you. The shield is very, very prominent here as well. But for the most part, what I like is that the outfit looks very practical. This actually does feel like urban soldier as opposed to just superhero. It obviously has superhero flair, which I enjoy, you guys know this. But it's missing that like skin-tight suit vibe, which I actually don't mind. I think it's pretty neat when we can give superhero outfits some volume. But at the same time though, this is bombastic enough for Captain America. The thing with like Captain Glizzy, God love America's hot dog, like, is that he has a very obnoxious color scheme. It's very bright blue, red, and white. And if you don't balance it properly, it can be a pain in the ass to work with. But I think that, like, Tōkon's designers is really, really good because there's, like, a nice shift of hues in the blue, so it's not all one shade. The red is actually a nice, cool-toned red as well. It's, like, cherry, so there's, like, a blue undertone to it. And then that last blue is just really, really deep, and white is just, like, the pure white. It's not used too much. It's mainly an accent color. But overall, I really like it. Good Dorito body. It's not as, like, sexy as Marvel Rivals, if that makes sense, but it does fit with what you need for a fighting game, which is very, very readable silhouette. You know exactly who it is, and you know exactly what their deal is. The abs and shit like that, they're not as, like, Ripley, because that's not as important in the fighting game. The thing that's important in this game is animation, it's movement. Whoops. And I do think that this Captain America reads pretty well. Square shape language, but he's still friend-shaped because his like helmet is round and his shield is very round. All in all though, he does convey a lot of strength and stability, which is what Captain America should kind of be. Again, another reason why I want to do this in the beta, I want to see how they move. They're very well animated. Fighting games work differently than stuff like Marvel Rivals. Everything is in like one perspective for the most part. You're working with like a 2D, 3D vibe. And something that ArcSys Works does really well is their 3D models. Like their toon shader is immaculate. Absolutely beautiful. Let me see if I can actually show you guys like their super/ultimate attack.
Now the gloves come on. Living legend.
That's so cool. I really like the comic book transitions here. It's so bombastic and it's so fucking fun. Get it, Steve? Also, the shield is shiny now. Tōkon's Iron Man looks more like a transformer than a suit. There's a little bit less gold. It's a little bit less gaudy than his usual, you would say, but it's still very well constructed. Again, ArcSys has actually perfected their toon shader to the point that, like, you could probably make a show out of these models and they would move very naturally. Look at the difference in movement, though, between him and Captain America. Tony's very calm. He's very relaxed, feet on the ground. He's just watching the situation and breathing a little bit. His silhouette is a lot more imposing than Captain Glizzy. He's actually standing up straight. He's not getting ready to block or anything like that. He's looking down at his opponent, if that makes sense. I really love the way that they made his suit, although I will say this, minor nitpick, his fingers look robotic. The fingers do not look like there's a man on the inside of that suit. Still though, I love the way they made this. The arc reactor being a triangle is a really nice touch. And I like that they went a little bit more yellow and less gold. Tony Stark is a gaudy motherfucker. But I think for Tōkon, they went with like a more saturated palette and just did not give as much flair to the metallics because it's not necessary, you know? He still looks like a robot suit, but he's more like Gundam coded, if that makes sense. And also, you'll notice in like the way his body language is that he's really sturdy. There is no shaking Tony at all in this. He feels like a much heavier character than Steve, if that makes sense. And Steve already feels heavy. I like what they've done with Tōkon, though, because it's still bombastic and still very, very superhero. But I think that, like, they acknowledge that they can't just, like, make stuff the same way that Marvel Rivals does, for example. With hero shooters, it's a little bit easier to get wackier with the skins because it's not as important. But in a fighting game, characterization is key. They're so important. You need to be able to see what's happening on the screen at all times. Because a lot of the times, where you land a hit depends on, like, the hitbox of, like, the character. So that's why they have really big hands and feet, and that's why those are usually very clear. Hulk, Boaster, look at this.
But this is cutting edge.
Like, look how cool they add the panels, the comic book shaders. They make everything go black and white for a second. It's a really nice, like, nod to the fact that these characters do come from comics. Really, really lovely job on Tony, though, for sure. Black Panther! T'Challa. Wait, boob? Am I missing something? Comic book nerds, this is not T'Challa. Who is this? Shuri? Oh, it's the sister! Oh, I love that, though. Dude, she is rocking that. Now, Marvel Rivals has T'Challa, which is the brother. Very similar costume, but the changes made for girly pop, yeah. I love the fur lining on the cape. I love the jewelry. It makes it like tribal elegance. Super fun, super fantasy, still very much superhero. The muscles are insane. I love especially like the claws on like the thighs and then like on the front of the calves as well. Great color contrast, amazingly well balanced. And it's just stupid sexy. And the cape adds a ton of movement to the character as well. I don't think T'Challa had that. That seems to be just a Shuri thing. And she also has a spear. I think T'Challa also did not have weapons. Look how well she moves, though. Incredibly agile, super speedy. But the cool thing is that that agility reads in the character completely. You can see how fast she is just by the way that she stands around. It's really, really fun to see the idle animations for all the characters because Shuri is also very confident, much like Tony, but I don't know if you guys noticed, she's on her tiptoes. So she's like ready to go, ready to like lunge for the attack at any time. And that really, really shows in her body language. Again, I think for me, the thing that makes this Black Panther costume spectacular is just the amazing use of tribal elements, especially the jewelry. It stands out so much against that black, and then like the black suit is very modern, it's like tailored to her body, it contours her figure so nicely. Yeah, this is a fucking winner for me. In fact, that is gorgeous. Again, body type is beautiful, design is stunning, color scheme is tippy top, and the animation looks great. Let's see her super. Oh! Those black and white transitions do wonders for readability. Oh, bitch. And she's bendy. Very nice surprise to see girly pop. Alright, we're starting with, like, gamer subs! A ridiculous amount of flavors. 100 servings per fucking tub. Good, clean energy. No crash out, no headache, no feeling like garbage the next day because you fucking chugged too many. Not to mention, this shit is 40 cents per serving, guys. It's literally the most affordable energy drink on the market. You can also try out AFK if you have trouble eating, or just do the caffeine-free versions. It's great flavor, an amazing way to kick soda, and altogether, very enjoyable. If you don't want to try any of the stuff out, though, make sure you use code Continuation at checkout for 10% off your entire order, or go to gamersubs.gg/Continuation. All right, ad break over. Oh, no. Okay. Storm! I love her in Marvel Rivals, even though she needs more skins, and I love her here. Storm has one of my favorite color schemes of, like, any Marvel hero. Dark skin with white hair always looks beautiful because of the really high contrast, but the Storm in Tōkon is amazing because look at the flow of the hair. The hair makes it feel like a thundercloud, which I think is such a neat touch, and her outfit is such a modern iteration of her actual normal fit. She still has the capelet attached to the sleeves, but she seems to be almost wearing a very modern pantsuit. Amazing thigh-high boots, a vest over like a really cool black top. It's high energy, high contrast, definitely fits the character. Her skin tone is to die for gorgeous. I love her face. And again, the animations are amazing because she's floating. She doesn't move like Steve or like any other character does. I like the visual characterization for this because, like, they're all doing the same action, right? We talked about it a little bit with the poking in the butthole thing, but, like, in terms of how a character moves across the screen, it also is really important to capture the personality. Look at how Storm moves. Pure confidence, smooth as fuck, floating through the air. Like, if you want to dash, she blasts wind. Like, it's absolutely gorgeous. She's also really, really toned, looks really nice. And for me, I love seeing, like, how nicely put together the character designs are. Let's see if we can get her super. Oh, I'm so gay. love her. Dude, Storm is way too extra, mama. Oh, yeah, her palms are actually a lighter color, which is actually the norm for darker skinned folks. Gorgeous. Okay, Magik in this. I like her more than Marvel Rivals. Something about the Hime haircut, like the bangs, is so cute to me. Like, the hair is stunning. Look at the hair physics, by the way. ArcSys can never fucking go wrong. She looks so cute in Tōkon. I love the crop top. I love her armor. I love how, like, spiky and intense the armor is on one side. And then on the other hand, the sword is gigantic, right? She also has, like, really well-defined musculature in the legs specifically. And she has, like, these really, really cool stockings. It's a really nice take to the character, I believe. And I like how bratty she looks. There's, like, a fucking aggressive uwu mouth in there, you know? And the sword being more magical adjacent makes it more fun for her to wield. I love the contrast between, like, the incredibly pale skin and hair and the black armor as well. We have some portal work. And again, look how cool she walks. Like, again, it's very confident, but she's a little bouncier than Storm was. She looks so cute, though. Very cocky, very brat. Okay, I will say this, though. I like that we do get to see the demon form, but I love how fucking ArcSys that demon form is. It reminds me of the fucking Soul Bad Guy one. I like the Marvel Rivals one, don't get me wrong, but I love the cartooniness of it. I think it's really, really charming. Logan, my boy, my man, why are you so small? There's something that's always gonna be a constant about Logan, is that he's a short king, and he's hairy. This feels more like his classic X-Men fit. I like his stupid yee-ass helmet hair thing. Like, the funniest part is that he's also crouching down, and he's so much wider than, like, Captain America. He crouches down and he barely loses height, because he's already there. Like, I love this, though. Look how exaggerated his proportions are. Very aggressive movement all around. I think that, like, Logan has probably the most hostile animation so far, because he looks ready to, like, rip into a bitch. Yeah, he's taunting. Logan. The least angry Canadian. But yeah, that's the funny thing about him, is that he's, like, quite the hostile figure. So I think that having a very aggressive stance suits him. But he's also, so far, the most ripped out of all the boyos. Like, holy shit. Shredded like cheese.
Look out. The Avengers were never my style, Cap.
Annihilated.
I'll always be an X-Man, through and through.
I love you, Logan! He's so mad. Okay, danger. This is actually a character I've never seen before, but I love me a Robo Girly Pop, okay? She is adorable! She's like the Danger Room AI in a robot suit. So she is a part of Team X-Men. Got it. I think she's so charming, though.
Calculating target combat level.
She's super charming, a little bit off-putting, kind of like Megan. I actually really like the suit that you can tell that there's, like, circuitry and wire right underneath, like, the skin bits. The hair being wires is such a neat touch as well. I like the way that her face is constructed. Her stance is super guarded, super stiff, but obviously that makes sense. She's a robot, you know? The playfulness of the lines on the thing, the curves, the color variations. It's almost a monotone color scheme, because mainly blues with a little bit of gray here and there. Her body's contoured really, really well. Her face looks very doll-like, and her stance is just really creepy, but in a good way. Also, she moves fairly quickly, but very carefully, if that makes sense.
Kinetic energy.
I like it, though. I do think it's very sweet. And she pulled on Mega Man just then. Like, oh, she's one of those people that can, like, loiter the field with fucking danger things. She is absolutely gorgeous, though. And I really like the variation in weapons and attacks that she has. Like she has, like, the drill. She has, like, the arm cannon. Very, like, Mega Man, but a little bit more girly pop, you know? Very nice and moves very, very well. Oh, wow. That was... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can get it. Get it, girl, get it. If you want to make a fighting game and you get approached by ArcSys, you say yes immediately. I'm sorry. They are the best of the best when it comes to character animation. I don't think anybody can do it better.
I have escaped my cocoon.
Oh, I love her!
Than a simple training device.
She's so cute! Wow, that's gorgeous. Oh my god, Peter Parker! I love Peter. Peter is actually the least ripped of most superheroes, I think, because he's pure athleticism. I love this take on his costume, though. It frames his muscles so nicely, perfectly balanced blue and red. The spider logo on his chest is gigantic. He still looks like quite silly, as Peter tends to do, but it's also got that Marvel flair. I do like that for the most part, everyone in Tōkon has a bit of an urban vibe to them. This also feels like a more modern, like run around the city version of his suit. Like it feels like he has sneakers in there, if that makes sense, which I really like to see. And again, the character animation is spot on for him. If you have played any of the Spider-Man games, you will know that Peter's whole thing is like flying through the city and moving constantly. He has literally the posture of someone who is shrimping like that because he's about to either leap into the air or run. So it's very, very fun to see how agile he is. And yeah, Peter is one of those people that he doesn't have weapons or anything fancy like that. No, he just works with like punchy kicky. He's very like lightweight. I would argue that he's like a light fighter, if that makes sense. He does have super strength, yes. However, his build is not strength in physically. He also does have a few gadgets here and there, which I enjoy. I love the comic books panel so much.
And responsibility, Cap, but here's my power!
I bet that ArcSys had like the best time with this. Now, Miss Marvel is not a superhero that I'm super familiar with. I do know she's on the younger side though, and may I just say that ArcSys did a great job with that. She doesn't look like a baby, but she definitely looks younger than the rest of the team. Her eyes are much bigger, her head is bigger, her shoulders are fairly narrow. She does have hips though because she's not a kid, she's still a teen, I believe. The first outfit I saw with her, I don't remember where I saw it, but I did not like it. I like the Tōkon version though. Like the orange and blue look really sweet together. I really like her cape. I love her like little face mask. I believe her thing is similar to Luffy. She's a stretchy. Yeah, she's a stretchy. She's a stretchy, but not quite in the same way as Reed. Very high energy, super cheerful. I actually really like this hair for her. I think it's like very fluffy and very nice. I do wish though that they had picked a color that showed her skin tone off a little bit more. Maybe instead of orange, those leggings could have been black. I think that would have looked a lot nicer. It's missing a little bit of contrast in the outfit because her skin tone already has like a very warm undertone to it. So that shade of orange almost makes it blend in. She looks adorable though. Like she's wearing like her, oh Jesus Christ, Kamala. It feels like very young, almost like giving not quite as experience, but still very fun. I do believe that ArcSys did a great job with the shader for this. Everybody looks like you could have an animated show that looks like this and it would actually move really naturally. I feel like part of the thing that makes people struggle with 3D animation, especially for anime, is that it's really, really hard to marry an anime art style with a 3D one because anime faces are, for the most part, flat. Arc System Works kind of gets around this by adding a little bit more geometry to the face. Specifically adding a nose almost always gets rid of the problem.
This is gonna be fun!
But yeah, look how cutesy her face is. She looks so much younger than the rest of the cast, but I think it's quite charming. Oh my god, another Peter! Now, if Star-Lord doesn't look like a douche, I don't want it, and this one looks like a douche. I always forget that Peter is actually supposed to be blonde, because I'm used to the one in the movie, and much like the Marvel Rivals costume, Star-Lord has a really fun fit going for him. We have a really, really big trench coat. This one has some like fur on the collar. Love that for him, honestly. A very cool mask and some Space-y armor. We have some knee pads, we have some support on the hips, on the shoulders, and on the wrists as well. I feel like out of all of these, he has the most sci-fi vibe, besides the little robot, the danger one. It's very, very fun to see how they interact with each other, because you'll notice that like Peter and Cap have similar stances. Their animations are very, very similar. However, Peter doesn't have his hands up to block, because he's not a boxer, he's a gun guy. I really like how he looks in this, though. The hair being like Jim and Neutron coated, it's kind of perfect, honestly. Really nice high jumps, really, really good color balance. I kind of like his jacket blue as well, but red's not a bad touch.
I'll give you one last chance.
Look at him! So charming. Peter, no. Peter!
It looks like you just blew it.
Amazing. Okay, Peni Parker, right? Can someone explain something about Penny to me? ArcSys always has to have one of these. A girl in a machine, except in Guilty Gear, it's like a girly pop inside an old man robot. I actually really like her mecha in this, because like, the Marvel Rivals one is super cute, don't get me wrong, but how the fuck does she get in it? This one actually looks like something that she could, you know, ride around in. It's very spider-coated. It actually has the appropriate amount of legs. I like the wheels. We have, like, very much dipshit baby girl energy, which is very enjoyable. I will say this Penny feels much younger than the one in Marvel Rivals. The one in Marvel Rivals I know for a fact is, like, 18 at least, because that's been confirmed. But this Penny feels younger, and it's not just because of the face. She's actually deadass wearing her school uniform, so This one feels like the one that's like introduced in like Spider-Verse. And I love the spider robot because it kind of reminds me of the ones from Ghost in the Shell. But look how cute it moves with all this little like fucking shifty legs. The bulk of the design for this one is actually the mecha, not so much Peni herself. So I like how they built it. I like how spidery it is while still very much giving Transformers. It's very playful, which I think suits Peni's vibe immensely. And it has like a really nice color balancing as well. Super cute.
We doing this? Ultimate mode engage together.
So see, it can stand up, but she is in it. God, that's so anime though. They did great.
Spider?
But it's really funny because Peni translates super well to this art style because she was already kind of anime coded to begin with. So she does not at all feel out of place here.
Ghost Rider.
Wait, you're a thing? Wave, whoever does this, insert Nick Cage. The only way I know about Ghost Rider is because I know it was Nick Cage.
Come on, I've got shit to do.
This one, though, sounds aggressively Latino, which I love. Deadass skeleton on fire in a motorcycle suit. And it's so fun, because the skull almost looks like a luchador mask. The accent colors kind of look like magma, which makes him look even more hellish and more undead. I like the chain on his arm, and I can guarantee you he uses that for a move at least. Outfit in itself is super simple, which I actually don't dislike. I think it's fitting, because the main focal element for this character, it has to be the skull on fire. And they tied it together with a little bit more fire on the shoulders and like the little magma patterns on the arms and legs. So like there's good color balancing, good element distribution. And the silhouette is actually fairly fun, but very chaotic because it's just on fire. I really like this one though. Yeah, the chain is part of like the fucking chain of command, okay? It's really fun in this game. If anyone's actually played the beta, I hope you guys have been enjoying it because I like what I'm seeing so far.
I'm the Ghost Rider. You mess with the Ghost Rider?
Oh, that's great. Was the card necessary? No. Do I love it? Yes. 10 out of 10 for Robbie. Oh, Blade is in here. I love Blade in every iteration he has. I love him in Marvel Rivals. I think he's fucking bomb.com. Even the OG design was so actually great. This one, though, it's very much keeping with the urban theme that Tōkon has so far. I like the sleeveless trench coat so much. It's bussin', it's baller. Are those Oni masks on the side or just like demon mouths in general? I do think that they're Oni masks. He has his katana in this, which is very stylish. I also like the haircut he has. I also really like the sunglasses. He's been Japanized. I mean, can you blame ArcSys for that? Whenever you see like a character from a Western thing and they add Japan flair to it, they probably like it a lot. It's such a cool fit though because there is Eastern influence to it, there is Japan influence to it, obviously, but at the same time, it's a very wearable outfit that could fit in the West, no problem. Belts are fucking amazing. Look at the shirt. I love the shoulder accessories. But he has like normal boots and normal pants, and the sword is bomb.com. It's not so much modern samurai, but it is like the Japanese equivalent of like a vampire hunter, which I love. Unlike Cap, which is very friend-shaped, I don't know if you guys noticed, Blade has a lot more square in his silhouette than Cap does. His stance is super wide. The collar of his fucking coat is super square. His shoulders are very much squared as well. He has like really big chunky boots, and the top of his head is actually square. He has like that low taper fade. It's a nicely balanced composition, but it is a little bit on the bottom heavy side, if that makes sense. I really like this take on Blade though. Super cool, very stylish. Daddy, no! Oof. Yeah. Oh my god. You could tell that ArcSys had the best time with Blade. Pure confidence in that stance, by the way. Motherfucker's not moving an inch.
Dr. Doom.
Oh my god, there's Bad Guy! A character that I wondered to this day why the fuck he's not in Marvel Rivals yet. He doesn't have a very, like, super villain look per se, but he still doesn't look like a good guy. Because he has, like, a very intimidating silhouette. It's super intense. It's actually fairly pointy. He looks like he's in armor. It's not armor, mama. Like... I love the green all over the color scheme. Really like the gold fasteners on the cape. Absolutely gorgeous fucking facial anatomy too. Like super sculptural, super almost like low poly 3D. Perfect for this character. A lot of weight to the design as well, which is very fun to see. Dr. Doom is not a scrawny guy. Nah, he's like huge. And like, he's supposed to be like, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, the comic book nerds will correct me if I am, kind of like the antithesis to Reed. Where Reed is like hyper flexible and very adaptable, Dr. Doom is like stupid, stubborn, and very much set in his ways, and like the lack of flexibility shows in the rigidity of the design. That's why he's like metallic, super stiff, Unlike Reed, which has a more like friend-shaped vibe, and I'm sure he would if he was in this game, Doom has a very stiff silhouette. And again, look at how he moves and how his animations attack. There is so much weight in there. Even when he's like flying, his feet are like firmly on the ground, mama. But yeah, I like this version of Doom, even though it's very like renaissancefair.com.org. But I still think it fits him because it does have that supervillain flair to it. It is armor though. Isn't his skin made of metal as well? Oh wait, no, it's not! Huh? If I had not seen the eye, I never would have guessed. That's the only bad thing about watching the movies, chat. In the movies, his skin started to turn into like metal and he was like, oh, I'm such an uggo. Then what's the deal here? Why is he wearing armor then? In the comics, the face was fused with the mask. Oh. Well, that's a him problem, ain't it? He did that shit to himself. Oh no, why do we always have sexy grandpa? Please don't be sexy in this game. Okay, you're not. You're just like a giant old man. Good. You don't know why I don't find this one attractive? I like it when he has a bit of a beard. Whenever Magneto has facial hair, I find him like 10 times more attractive. His color scheme burns out my retinas. It's not super egregious because it's not super saturated, but like purple with red is a dangerous combination, especially when you fucking have a 50-50 split of it the way that it does here. Normally, one color should overpower the other, and in this case, since the cape is also purple, it's a 50-50 split, which is an assault on my retinas. I do think that's by design, though, because I think that there is a skin similar to this in Marvel Rivals as well, and I don't remember if I said the same thing, but I might have. I do like the shape play for it, though. I like the chest plate. I love the accessories on the arms and legs. I like the belt. Hell, I even like the cape. Normally, with a suit like that, I would have gone with black underneath instead of red, or a little bit more black and a little bit less red, just to balance out a little bit better. But they just went full-on fucking purple, didn't they? Aggressive purple energy. Stop grabbing cars, Grandpa! This is color scheme from the 90s, that's why it's so wild. Usually when I see a color scheme that I'm like, wow, you look like an absolute clown, I am assuming it's inspired by the original comics, because ink for printing was expensive, chat. It really was. The silhouette is modern, the color scheme is not.
You have underestimated me. That was a critical.
You look so much better with facial hair, Grandpa. So much better.
It shall be the last one you ever make.
I don't remember if Magneto's bad guy. It's like two fighting old men. I don't even know who's right. All right, and last but definitely not least, in this beta, I know that there's characters missing.
Misery, misery, misery. That's what you've chosen.
Green Goblin. Oh my god. Yeah, this is probably the best iteration of the Goblin that I've ever seen. Look at him, he looks like a lizard. When they said Goblin, they meant it. Like, look at the intensity of the silhouette, please. The jagged cape, the ridiculous pointy chin, pointy ears, pointed hood, very sharp fingers and toes, and general, like, diamond pattern on the suit or skin that he has. Yeah, that shit's intense. The body language also very lanky, very pointy, very angular. If you put him next to someone like Peter, even though they have similar stances, Peter looks more friendly. Question for the nerds, affectionate. Is it like a guy in a green suit with like a mask, or is that just his face? It depends. Also, he has the most Disney villain character color scheme ever. Purple, green, toxic green. That's not a mask. It has a tongue. Please look at how he moves. This is absolute creature behavior. So far with Tōkon, I'm liking what I'm seeing because they've taken their own spin on the heroes of Marvel without, Jesus, allowing something like Marvel Rivals to influence their designs. Because, like, Marvel Rivals is a very iconic game in itself. So having another Marvel game, but a fighting one, they kind of need to do their own thing, I think. I think that they did manage it pretty well. Let's see that super so I can give you guys my final thoughts.
I hope you survive this. So you can go and vote Osborn.
Oh, right, that's your presidential candidate right there. Energy. Look at that. Oh, fuck. 10 out of 10. Alright, final thoughts though. I like what Tōkon is doing so far. I'm actually excited to see like the full roster in the game at some point and like see some more detailed character renders, all that jazz. Because I do think that even while having Marvel Rivals right next to them, they've managed to make their own identity for the game. The anime touch is great. I think that it really, really suits the game. Magik is one of my favorite standouts because I love the bratty attitude. And for the most part, I think that they've done a really good job adapting the character. Putting their own arc system work spin on them, but still very much distinctly Marvel. I like the urbanization on it. quite a bit. And I do think that it's going to be very, very fun to watch this game going forward, see what new characters they add, see if they add any skins or alternate costumes, because they always do, and just kind of like treat it very much as its own thing outside of the cool stuff that Marvel Rivals is doing, letting Arc System Works shine on its own. And before we go, there is going to be a story mode for this game, so I might check it out on my own as well. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments, like, comment, and subscribe. Who's your favorite one out of all this? Who do you guys want to see in Marvel Tōkon going forward? Let me know. I want to hear it. And you guys remember to go check out Gamer Subs if you guys want the best energy to play any game. Hydration, focus, high energy, 10% off your entire order if you use code KINKIMATION at checkout, alright?